Your brain is the most complex, energetic, and adaptive organ in your body. Despite weighing only 3 pounds, just 2% of your total body weight, it consumes 25% of your body's energy, and up to 40% your oxygen at times. It is the control center for your personality, your memories, and your future. Yet, despite its importance, most of us treat our brain health as an afterthought, only giving it attention when something goes wrong. If we want to understand how to preserve our cognitive function, we must first change how we view dementia and brain health. Many people mistakenly believe that dementia is a diagnosis that only happens later in life. We often think of it as a sudden event or a distant problem for our elderly years. However, when you look at the medical reality, brain health is actually a spectrum. Your brain is something you build, maintain, and protect every single day. If you don't take care of it, the wear and tear will accumulate over time, much like the engine of a car that never receives an oil change. Eventually, that damage becomes irreversible. Dementia is an umbrella term for a condition where cognitive decline, specifically issues with memory, focus, and decision-making, begins to interfere with your daily life. It is not something that happens overnight. Alzheimer's, which accounts for 60 to 70% of dementia cases, is just one type. There is also vascular dementia, which stems from damaged blood vessels, and other forms like Parkinson's dementia. Regardless of the specific type, the underlying cause is often decades of cumulative damage. Proteins like amyloid beta and tau begin to accumulate, damaging brain cells from the inside and outside, long before symptoms appear. This brings us to one of the most destructive forces in modern life, chronic stress. When you are in a constant state of fight or flight, your body releases hormones like cortisol that are incredibly damaging to the brain. Chronic stress essentially puts your body into a survival mode, where your frontal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for higher-level thinking, actually closes down because you are busy focusing on immediate threats. Studies have shown that chronic stress can literally shrink parts of the brain, specifically the hippocampus, which is the primary structure responsible for memory. When you are under constant stress, you aren't just feeling overwhelmed, you are biologically starving your brain of the conditions it needs to grow. You might wonder if it is ever too late to improve your brain health. The answer is incredibly hopeful. While advanced stages of dementia may be difficult to reverse, there is a significant population of people, those with pre-dementia or mild cognitive impairment, MCI, who can dramatically slow down, pause, or even improve their condition by changing their lifestyle. The key lies in understanding that the brain is a plastic organ, meaning it is constantly changing. It has the potential to grow new connections, known as axonal connections, throughout your entire life. Think of your brain as a series of neurons connected by strings. If you lead a sedentary, unhealthy lifestyle, or if you are constantly under stress, those connections are fragile and can easily be broken. Your brain essentially begins to shrink in terms of its connectivity. However, if you challenge your brain by learning new things, prioritizing high-quality sleep, maintaining consistent exercise, and managing your stress, you aren't just maintaining your brain, you are growing it. You are adding thousands of connections between your neurons. We have literally seen the brains of people in their 80s and 90s grow and strengthen when they focus on these essential lifestyle pillars. The pillars for brain health are straightforward, yet powerful: nutrition, exercise, unwinding, and restorative sleep. These aren't just wellness tips, they are biological requirements. When you exercise, you improve blood flow, which is vital because the brain is the most vascular organ in the body. When you eat well, you provide the building blocks for those neuron connections. When you manage your stress, you stop the biological damage that cortisol inflicts on your hippocampus. The most important takeaway is that you are in the driver's seat. Your brain is constantly answering to your actions. Every choice you make, from how you manage a difficult conversation to how much you move during the day, impacts the physical structure of your brain. It is easy to take your brain for granted because it has no pain receptors. You don't feel the bruising when you drink too much alcohol, ignore your sleep, or remain sedentary. But the damage is real, and it is cumulative. If you want to protect your future self, you have to start today, regardless of whether you are 20 or 80. You are the architect of your own cognitive future. By focusing on your brain health now, you aren't just avoiding a disease. You are cultivating a more resilient, capable, and vibrant life. It is never too early to start, and for the vast majority of us, it is not too late to turn things around. Take ownership of your focus, take care of your biology, and watch how your brain responds. Have a nice day.